Hey everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Dr. Monique Chouraeshkenazi, and I'm CEO and Chief Clinical Neuropsychometrician of the Chouraeshkenazi Group, which is a mental health consulting, research, and educational practice. Today, I would like to discuss some concepts from my 3-volume series in forensic neuropsychopathology. I feel like it's important to understand how different components of the brain can be impacted by behavior and impulse control. And understanding these systems is very important as you dive into understanding brain behavior and really applying it to high-stakes situations or in legal context. So one of the most important constructs of the brain is the prefrontal cortex, and we'll focus on the dorsolateral, orbital frontal, and ventral regions, which plays a central role in executive functioning. Now, these areas support planning, risk assessment, behavioral inhibition, and the ability to consider consequences, among other things. Now, while functioning properly, the prefrontal cortex enables an individual to pause, evaluate options, and make decisions even under pressure. Now, while the prefrontal cortex is responsible for deliberate control, it does not act alone. It must continually regulate other brain systems that respond more emotionally and rapidly. And what I'm referring to is the limbic system, and I'm focusing on the amygdala and the ventral striatum, which are constructs that are responsible for emotional responses and reward-driven behavior. Now, with these structures, they react quickly to threats, incentives, and intense stress that may be heightened due to emotion, and they activate more rapidly than the prefrontal cortex and influences behavior before rational thought even engages. Now, effective behavioral control relies on the balance of the two systems, the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system. When the prefrontal cortex is functioning properly and it exerts that top-down regulation, it can dominate and have controlled, deliberate responses. However, if the prefrontal cortex is compromised or weakened, which may be due to a brain injury, psychiatric condition, or even emotional arousal, the limbic system can dominate. And this imbalance can increase the likelihood of impulsivity, risk-taking, or even compromised judgment. Decision-making and impulse control emerges from the relationship between executive and emotional systems within the brain. Having a clear understanding of these mechanisms provides a scientifically grounded perspective in human behavior, particularly in clinical and forensic context. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.